Hey fellow dreamers! Welcome back to part 2 of our epic Kombi trip from Geelong to Brisbane. In the last episode, Mark and Martin embarked on their journey in a converted electric Kombi. Despite encountering a few charger issues along the way, the boys pressed on, determined to reach their destination. Now, let's catch up with them and see how their adventure unfolds. Will they overcome the challenges ahead? I'm Alessandro, your host, and this is Electric Dream Machine.
Alright, little update. What's shaking, Martin? What's happening?
Well, mate, there's a lot happening. So we've just come from Canada. Canada just got one charger in town and it doesn't talk to chatter, mate.
This one, we're not having success with some of
these
the older fast chargers.
Yeah. These older fast chargers. No, sorry, the ambulance coming by.
Yeah.
So these older fast chargers are giving us a bit of grief. We actually plugged in the computer this morning just to see what's happening. And our BMS is communicating, we're just not getting into the back. It's not turning on.
Yeah.
We had a fellow come by this morning at that charger with an 985. Then plugged in, started, ran at 40 kilowatts, finished at 96%. It's fine.
Yeah.
We tried to do it again, nothing. So we're it's a bit disappointing, but that's okay. We've now Mark's has jumped into the BMS settings. We've dropped our cell voltages down to 2.85 as a minimum.
Yeah.
And we're hypermiling all the way to
Tamworth.
With the golden guitar.
Let's see if we can get there. Yeah, it says we've got something like, 67k to go. So
Yeah, 67 to go. We've still got 3.38 volts in the per cell. We'll see how we go.
see how we go.
Yeah. We're still travelling 70 kilometres an hour. Everyone will wait for us. We're just an old Kombi.
Yeah, an old Kombi. People just go around. They see us a mile back and they're already thinking about passing us. So it's no problem.
Yeah. Check in soon. We'll be in Tamworth.
Hopefully,
Or on a tow truck.
or on a tow truck. To be continued.
Many people question the practicality of electric cars in Australia, especially with the country's vast distances between cities. It might seem almost impossible to take on such a challenge. But the boys from EDM are here to prove otherwise. Not only can it be done in an electric vehicle, but it can be done in a converted electric classic Kombi van.
So an update on our Hypermiling. We're trying to get another 31 kilometres to Tamworth now. And Martin's hypermiling in here. Concentrating pretty heavy.
We're down to around about 290 volts in the pack. Got 3.191 volts per cell. And the claim is about 15 kilowatt hours left in the pack. So with the new settings of the BMS, I think we're doing okay so far.
It's chucking in a few hills as well, so it's up and down a little bit. But we'll see.
All right. Yeah. We'll have to let a few cars go by, sort of thing, but we'll get there.
Yeah, so update on our range. As you can see, we fell short, but only by 20 kilometres. So yeah, we pulled over in a safe spot there and called a tow truck, and they got here pretty quick actually. And we're loaded. We still had enough to pull the Kombi on safely to the flatbed here, and we'll get to Tamworth pretty soon and charge up. Yep, so we're here in Tamworth at a fast charger, and Martin, we were 20k short of Tamworth, eh?
20k.
Yeah, so close.
So close.
So close.
We had another great tow truck driver.
Yeah.
Had a good yak with him. Only took 45 minutes for him to get to us.
Yeah, it didn't take long. Didn't take long.
Now
Yeah.
we've got a really good charger. One of the ones that work.
Yeah, that's right. And the beauty of a van here too is that, we did some office work while we're waiting for the tow truck to turn up. We had some paperwork to do, so
Got that under control.
did that, and tow truck arrived and on our way.
Happy days.
So yeah.
But we feel like we might be okay from now on.
Yeah, so it looks like, these newer chargers here, anything like this that's a bit newer as a fast charger, we have a pretty good success rate with these. So, but yeah, like these older chargers fast chargers we're using, 50-50 at the best, aren't they? So
Yeah, not even that effective, really.
yeah,
Had a lot of misses on those.
yeah, they don't communicate, and that's
two
it.
Toe track dives.
Yeah.
Two toes.
Oh well, we'll pump some juice in and be on our way again.
Yeah. Well, where we're heading now, I can't remember what's next. We're heading towards Warwick, but I don't think we'll get to Warwick.
No, we're running out of day now. Yeah.
But we'll push as far as we can. Find some accommodation and we'll be ready for the early in the morning. We want to get to Brisbane tomorrow.
See how we go.
See you there.
See you there, yeah. So, back on the road. Early on this morning, we got up earlier to take off about 4:30, I think it was, 4:30 or something like that. 5 o'clock start, so yeah. And yeah, we're heading to Tenterfield for our next charge. But yeah, already eventful, Mark.
Yeah, we had an exciting couple of minutes.
Yeah.
We've left. Where did we leave again?
I should know.
The last town. We left the last town where we stayed.
Right in it. Yeah.
And everything was going quite nicely. All of a sudden, the alarm went off. And suddenly we're banging this behind the car.
There's something.
We started whacking and clanging around.
Yeah, big thuds.
So we kind of shit ourselves for a minute. So I pulled up, opened the engine bay. Everything was good. It was all fine. Looking around the car, look at the tyres. Everything seems alright. I walked down the side of the car. The charge port cap was hanging on the side of the car, flapping around in the wind. So
Thank God.
yeah, nothing like waking us up first thing in the morning.
Yeah, I actually thought the whole motor had come off the.
And the alarm went off.
Yeah.
The alarm went off as well because we've just fully charged, and so it was regenerating and hit its peak power of the battery.
I'm glad
So
it was
that's
just that.
too.
Yeah.
Anyway, the sun's about to come up. There you go. Yeah, it's going to be a nice sunrise this morning, I think. Just got to keep an eye for where it is now. It's fairly bushy around here, just at the moment, so I expect to see something.
Yeah. Adventures on the road.
Wow, that's fast. Okay, it's sped up. Here's joke, what's the deal with the old hippie van going electric? Kombis used to run on peace and love, now it's all kilowatts and lithium. Still got the vibe, but a whole new buzz. Peace out. There's something magical about a classic vehicle, like a Kombi rolling down the road, a tangible link to a bygone era of style, freedom, and craftsmanship. But as time marches on, keeping these classics running often means battling rust, outdated mechanics, and dwindling availability of parts. This is where an EV conversion steps in, blending the charm of the past with the reliability of the future. A converted classic Kombi offers more than just modern performance. With an electric drivetrain under the hood, it trades noisy, smelly old engines for instant torque, smooth acceleration, and unparalleled reliability. Forget about the constant worry of breakdowns or the hunt for rare components. An electric Kombi means less time at your mechanic's garage and more time on the road, ready for your next adventure. Ah, here it comes, the little van that could. This remarkable Kombi was brought to life by a dedicated trio at EDM, working together in a modest garage in Mauriac, Victoria. Now, powered by electricity, this Kombi is set to keep rolling for many years to come.
So we crossed the Queensland border not long ago, so yeah, big achievement here for us.
Yeah,
What do you reckon, Martin? Exciting, wasn't it?
Bloody awesome. Yeah. So we've driven from Geelong all the way to the Queensland border, and we're still going.
Still going, yeah.
Trucking along. It's just getting better and better.
We've got to get to Brisbane today, so that's important. Yeah.
What is it? 9 o'clock now.
Yeah.
We've got to get there. I hope to get there about 1, 2 o'clock.
Yep. So we're meeting up with the engineer who's going to help us sign this thing off. So yeah.
So roadworthy. The word is around town that Queensland charges are way better than New South Wales charges. So
We're about to find that out, aren't we?
find that out.
Yeah.
Everyone knows. Yeah. Cross the fingers.
Cross the fingers.
A quick stop at Warwick for top-up and refreshments, and the boys push on towards Brisbane. From Warwick, it's about 157 kilometers to Brisbane. Let's check in with Martin now and see what's what.
Just left Warwick. We filled up our batteries there. Free charge, which was very nice. Got a local solar farm, and part of the deal was they put a charge station in for free.
Yeah.
So we're taking advantage of that. The only charge free was the Juggalo one, which is all we wanted. And,
Yeah, it's a bit of a lineup for
there's a
the
bit of a queue for the other one.
CCS. Yeah.
Yeah, we could put some photos after that. We had to back in to another car park and stretch the cable over to us. Yeah. Anyway, got us going, so we're happy. So we've got probably an hour and a half to get
Yeah.
round planes to the engineer. So we're heading in towards Brisbane now.
One of the major advantages of going electric is regenerative braking. Imagine riding a bicycle down a hill. When you use the brakes, you slow down, and all that energy you used to go fast is wasted as heat. Now, think about an electric car. Instead of wasting that energy when it slows down, it uses a special system called regenerative braking. In an electric car, the motor can switch to act like a generator, either when you press the brake or ease off the accelerator. It captures energy that would have been lost and sends it back to the car's battery, recharging it a bit. In this case, the Kombi is on a 9-kilometer downhill descent into Brisbane. By the time it reaches the bottom, it will have regained around 2 kilowatt hours of energy. There you have it. But before we wrap up, let's take a quick look at the Kombi's instrument cluster and all its unique features. Take it away, Marty.
So around to the dash here, we've got just our normal instruments. It's got a standard speedo working on the front, on the speedo cable still. But on this side here, we had an empty space in the console. So
Yeah, that wasn't used though. It was just blank.
No, there's a blanking plug in there. Yeah, so that worked perfectly. Put a BMS display screen in there, which is, so we'll turn it on now, fire it up. BMS comes up here, shows us our state of charge, so battery voltage, average cell voltage, your kilowatt hours. It's all shown there. You can touch the screen. You've got a visual with colour to give you an idea just at a glance. So when you're driving along, you can see whether you're getting low.
Yeah.
When she's red, you're pulling over.
Yeah, that's right.
And we've tested that. That works really good. You've got your green light here, which is indicating the pre-charge is complete.
And that's pretty much it, isn't it?
Pretty much. There's not many other little features. You can look down at the Tesla pedal.
Yeah.
So, we've created a new bracket which is behind the kick panel here, to mount the Tesla pedal. We've worked a bit on the angles of it. We had a few ideas, but we ended up, it's sort of similar to where the pedal used to be. So when you put the foot there, it's not a very big travel, but it drives quite nicely in that position.
We did a lot of Ks and it was comfy, so it's a nice spot though.
Yeah, as far as Kombis go.
Yeah.
It wasn't too bad. Yeah.
And what's it like to drive, Martin? You've done over 2,000 kilometres in it.
It's so much better than a normal Kombi. Low centre of gravity, the coming into the corners, that sort of thing. It really sits on the ground a lot better. There's not much wallow in the body anymore.
Yeah.
The regen's amazing. We come down from Tamworth down here to Brisbane. It was 9 kilometres of downhill driving. I didn't touch the brakes once. We put 2 kilowatts of power back into the battery.
Yeah, that was awesome.
You come out the bottom there, and it's like, we've got more than when we left.
Yeah.
Which is pretty nice. It's easy. It's really easy. There's not as much. You can relax a bit more. You're not as tired. Definitely, you're not as tired as driving the original Kombi with the gearbox.
Yeah.
I think it's good for doing the long miles. It's good.
And it's it just cruises along beautifully, whatever speed you want to sit on.
It does. And it eats hills. It just chews them up. Not even in your standard petrol car would you experience what this thing does now.
No.
There's no hill that we've actually noticed that we had to push to get up it. It just hauls up anything.
Yeah.
Which is magic. Like, you're not holding up traffic. If you needed to, you can pass on your passing lanes going up hills, like steep hills.
Yeah, without effort either. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's just a completely different machine now. I think the clients.
You get some funny looks when you see the Kombi. From other
takes.
people, when they see a Kombi passing them. So that's pretty funny.
You do, yeah. Some people will notice it. Other people don't give a second glance. But get a lot of attention.
And there is something else in here that you've forgotten yesterday. So down behind the seat, it's a little bit hard to see, but we've got something that's pretty special to us, which is a
compliance plate.
Focus, but
we've
got a compliance plate on the vehicle.
Yep.
It's a real electric vehicle now, so it's really cool.
Yep. So we're at Brown's Plains Automotive, and spent probably half the day there.
Chris and his team were awesome.
Chris is a legend. Thanks so much to Chris.
Yeah.
And Andrew, our VAS engineer.
Yeah, fantastic guys. Yeah.
Just made it all happen. It was so seamless.
Yeah.
They were really happy with the job. And there's a few little roadworthy items. Chris helped us sort out getting the parts, got them on there. We were able to sign off and be on our way again.
On our way, yeah.
With all the paperwork we needed for
it's fantastic.
Client to have an electric car.
That's right.
Yeah.
So really the only challenges we had on the way, like the vehicle went beautifully. We just had a little bit of problem, mostly through New South Wales. Again, it's probably it was really our fault for picking the route we did heading up to Queensland with less charges along the Newell Highway.
But we didn't realise how unreliable their infrastructure was on the Chatamo side. I think the CCS side of those charges appeared, in most cases, to still be working, but the early DC charges for the Chatamo, they just weren't talking to our car.
They've been left and neglected a little bit over the years, and they're getting a bit old, those ones. But all the newer ones were fantastic, weren't they?
Anything to charge box, that all worked. And the late model NRMA stuff was fine. It just worked every time. So we weren't worried about our equipment because everything else was working. It's just those individual charges just seem to be, maybe they're tired, maybe they've got dirty pins, I don't know. But we got a few wins. Parks, that one worked great. 99% it got up to. Which is the other thing we've noticed is that they don't always charge up to 100% if you need it. So if you're going in Newell, you have to plan that into it.
You have to plan that. You also have to plan if there's another vehicle on the same charger, you're going to sometimes half or less.
If you've got a 50 kilowatt charger and someone rolls up next to you, you've got 25.
25 at
and
best.
For us, that's maybe 20 at the start.
And that can add time to your trip too.
Well, it doubles your charge time in a lot of cases, which is it's part of the journey. We didn't mind.
And I know a lot of people say, I have to stop more and things like that. But you know what? We stopped in little towns that we would have never stopped in.
No. Met all sorts of characters.
Had coffees and looked around the towns and people just wanted to know everything about the Kombi.
That's right.
Spotted the Kombi from a mile away, some of them.
Yep. Some of the places, the shops we went into, I said, I saw that this morning in the car park.
And they wanted to know everything. Wanted us to bring the Kombi round so they could look at it. It's pretty cool.
It was great. We had a lot of conversations about Kombis.
Yep.
Which was all part of the journey, wasn't it?
It was.
We saw towns that we would have just whizzed past and never seen.
Yeah.
And it didn't take too much longer. And I mean, the charge time's longer for us. With our challenges, but we were relaxed at the end of it all. We weren't as tired.
It breaks up the trip too. So you're not doing just a long drive. No, it really doesn't. No.
Good on the winner with this design.
Well, let's get this to the client, hey, and see what he thinks.
That's 9:30. We've got to go.
Okay, let's do it.
Right.
Ah, here it is, home at last. The boys at EDM have completed an incredible 2,000-kilometer journey across Australia in a converted, Tesla-powered Kombi. Now, it's time to hand over this remarkable vehicle to its eagerly awaiting new owner.
So we're here with Mark, the owner, and we've just done a handover, which is showing him around the Kombi after it's been electrified. And Mark was the last one to drive it as the old petrol Kombi, weren't you? And you did a big trip all the way down to us from Queensland to Geelong, yeah?
Yes. So it's a stark difference, chalk and cheese. So it's very smooth, very responsive, no noise. Other than a bit of road noise, so it's pretty amazing and exciting, and it's going to take some adjustment.
Yeah.
And looking forward to driving around.
And you like the regen pedal?
The regen pedal is amazing.
Yeah, so it takes a lot of that manual work out of it, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
And using all of the old gauge positions for the modern gauges is pretty innovative. It's the low impact approach that you've had is quite impressive.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button.